So I'm not really sure how to go about this. I've made quite a few videos. I'm looking at them, I'm seeing them, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna think this or they're gonna think that, and they're not gonna get the point. And they're gonna get the point if I put all these videos up, then all this extra stuff's gonna happen. It's just stressful. It's absolutely flipping stressful. I'm doing my best to quit sharing just the antidote and just really giving you the real. Okay. The thing is I've done a lot of study, I've done a lot of work, I've done a lot of thought processes to create my environment. Okay. I'm really tired of these sayings that people keep saying as if they even know where they came from, because you don't. I'm not saying that no one does, but it's very few that are really educated. I'm tired of this concept that I can't open a book and read it for myself, learn it, and go. The reason you think that that is impossible is because of how you were raised in school, your church life, because the church thinks that you can't read it for yourself because, unfortunately, let's say it's 1,000 to 1, that one that's crazy screws it all up. For the rest of us, that doesn't make sense. What makes sense is remembering that the text says, you got the 99, and I'm going to go for the one, okay? When you go for you have the 99, and you go for the one that's not grasping it, that's what he's talking about. That text that you refer to isn't about making sure that that person who's doing this, doing that, whatever, has got it under control. It is about the person that is reading, that is learning, who is missing the mark. That's where the 99 get left, and the shepherd goes for the one. It's simple. That's how simple it is. I want to also say right now, I am not in the best mood. I'm not in this most peaceful moment that I would love to be in, but at the same time, this is the real, okay? I am stable. I am loving. I am good. I have gotten emotionally upset. I have made emotional decisions. I have been angry in my life. I have made angry decisions. I have lashed out because I'm angry. Who of us hasn't? Quit acting like this is just an individual thing because of whatever reason you're thinking of. I don't feel perfect every day. I don't feel perfect today. But that's why I'm on here right now, letting you know perfection doesn't exist. It doesn't matter how far you master something, you are still going to fail in that mastery. Even a master of Kung Fu, a master of this, a master of mental health, a master of psychology, a master of telling the truth, a master of being merciful, a master of doing all these things is going to fail. I have no judgment for you. And I think that that's what's difficult for people. Unless your behavior that's not healthy is affecting or effecting my life, I don't care what you do. And it's not because I don't care about you. It's because my space is important to me and boundaries are super healthy. They're super healthy. Let's quit judging each other for when we are healthy and when we are not, and maybe we can accomplish a lot more together. That's how I feel, truly. The statements I make are not going to just be antidotes anymore. They're going to be stories. Sometimes there'll be antidotes again. Sometimes it'll be a silly video because that's the mood I'm in. I am not just a silly person. I'm not just an intelligent person. I'm not just a mother. I'm not just a caregiver. I'm not just a servant. I'm not just a happy person. I'm not just an angry person. I'm not someone who thinks that everyone is out to get me, no matter how many times that story gets repeated. Okay? But I'm going to share as much as my life and what's real with you that I can, so that you understand as a human that this is okay. It is okay to struggle in an area that is difficult, especially as you get older and you haven't dealt with it. If you've been a liar your whole life, it's hard not to be a liar. I got grace for that. I don't have grace for continuing to lie and doing it intentionally, but I have grace for someone who makes a mistake and then wants to admit the mistake and move forward. I really do. I am full of mistakes, but I am also full of beautiful alignments. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited to learn about it. I'm excited to share it. I'm excited to show you my journey into being this person. Period. Give me a second. I have huge stories that I've learned from, and I want to help people. I really do. It's in my nature. I have babysat almost my whole life when I was younger. That was one of the ways I made money. I took care of kids for a long time. I was in 4-H, and the project I did was on childhood development. There's a lot of things that I understand about children. I've always wanted to be a wife and a mother. That's all I ever asked for. Really, truly. That was what I asked for to the universe. And that slowly but surely has changed. It's not that I don't want to be a wife and a mother, because I am. Whether I'm married physically to somebody or not, if I'm living in that household with you, we're representing that kind of nucleus, period. I don't need a ring. I don't need someone to affirm me that way. My first marriage is actually how that happened, because I needed that affirmation. I had 3 children with him, and I wanted to feel special. But I don't look for those things anymore to feel special, so I don't need them. And it isn't because of my personal whatever, and I'm just jaded. It's because it's not needed. I don't need it to confirm myself. And I think that it's really important for people to really try to learn themselves instead of judging all of the people around them for the things that they don't understand. You know, there are people around me who look in on my life and decide that they know things, rejected me because I'm sitting out in my backyard letting my kids run around in their pajamas, playing in the dirt, playing in whatever they choose to play in, and to assume that someone isn't who they say they are because you don't like the picture of what they're showing you is one of the most unintelligent things you could do to somebody. I've always let my kids be individual people, and it's actually been a very difficult road and a very difficult process for the people watching, because that's not what they did for their children. They made them go do this, and they made them go do that, and they made them go do all these things. My children are absolutely amazing. How do you think that happened? It doesn't just happen. Okay? Individually, people are great until the people around them mess them up. That's why the projection of what you think doesn't and shouldn't matter for someone else's life. Loving and caring for people involves mercy, involves intelligent thinking, involves not judging someone else because you think you know who they are when you don't. I can't decide I don't like this person or like this person or like that person, but the thing is that when you keep coming up in intelligence, there's a lot of things that you learn. You learn body language, you learn behavior, you learn how people talk to other people is important. Even my own mistakes of telling someone exactly what they're doing as if it's going to change something and it doesn't. You're still kind of forcing your will, and it ends up being mean words because people don't like to look at themselves, and you don't want to be that way. The stories I'm going to tell you are real. The only stories I'm not going to necessarily share are only because it's not like I'm going to sit here and protect myself, but I am going to protect what I can do with those stories in my future. So just to be clear, I want you to get to know me as a human. I want you to understand that this value of what I'm trying to share with you, and the reason I'm going to start giving you the stories is so that you don't just hear the anecdote. Have a great day.